What's going on, everybody? It's Tim from SkiRexMedia.com once again, trying to do another podcast episode for you and for me in some ways. And today I'm going to do a couple of different things. I want to do a quick mountain update that was requested. I want to do a quick recap from this Boston Ski and Snowboard Expo, and I might have a third thing to talk about. Let's see. We'll get into this here in a minute, right here on the old Ski Rex Media podcast. So the first thing we're going to do is a quick mountain update that was requested by Ski Rex Media fan Eric Kaplan, one of the fans who's down in Jersey, very close to where I used to live as well. He asked for an update on what's been going on at Magic Mountain. Excuse me, Magic Mountain is a mountain here in southern Vermont, and they've been doing a lot of stuff over the summer and fall, and the big thing they've been doing is installing a new quad chair, and it's a new to them quad chair. It actually just came from around the corner of them, or around the corner to them, Stratton Mountain, and they've been installing that chair. They've been using explosives and digging out the trenches they need to fill with concrete, to use that concrete for the new footings for the towers, and the helicopter was just there to put in the towers. So they're moving right along on that lift. But here's the problem: they're not quite done yet. They still have to string the towers. They still have to run the chairs. They have to do all that. But unlike the other mountains in the area that have been blowing snow as much as they possibly can, Magic Mountain has not been able to blow snow. And they did have some upgrading to their snowmaking system. They got a new pump house. I think that's all they did. But right now, because of the construction, they have to repair some of their snowmaking pipes. Some of the pipes in their system got damaged during the construction of the footings for the new chair. And they have to do that. They have to repair that. And I guess they've said that some sediment has gotten in at the brakes. So they had to go in with compressed air, blow all that stuff out of there. So now they can run water. And when it gets cold enough again, they can start blowing snow. Well, not right away. Again, because of the construction of the chair, they still need access with trucks and other equipment to pour more concrete up at the top of their mountain, up at their summit. Now, to do that, they need their work road open, so they can't cover it in snow. So once they're ready, they can, get up there, do the concrete work that needs to be done, get all the trucks and stuff off the mountain, then they can cover the road with as much snow as they want. And they do have a tentative opening date they did have a tentative opening date of November 30th, but even they're saying that's probably not going to happen this time. So they're going to go for the first week in December to open up. So there you go, Mr. Eric. There's your update for Magic Mountain. I know you're a Stratton rider, and if you feel like taking a ride around the corner, they might not be open at the same time, so you might have to wait a little longer for when you get up here from New Jersey. But I hope that worked for you. Now, for part 2 of this, I want to do a quick recap of my day down at the Boston Ski and Snowboard Expo. And I'm not really sure what I can talk about here or what I should talk about here, because when I got down there, not just hanging out. Now, if I was just hanging out, bought a ticket and went in and was hanging out, it would have just been, visiting booths, grabbing some swag, checking out, equipment left and right, seeing what's going on. I would have been wondering why there was a person there offering me a kitchen makeover. That one I didn't get. Also, windows and doors. There's a couple things there I didn't understand. But from a working standpoint, being there from a press standpoint, I was in over my head a little bit. And that's really the difference between know-how and experience. I have know-how, but I really didn't have the experience. So I really wasn't sure what I should be doing there. So what I was doing was walking around, talking to some people. I picked up a system that I think has got to be one of the easiest, in my opinion. Now, don't get crazy and say you got a better way. Maybe you do for you. I don't know. But to keep going with this, I found a system for carrying skis that I thought was awesome. So I'm going to be writing about that and even doing maybe a review video on it since I have it. I have not installed it on my skis yet. I'm going to go do that soon. So we're going to do that. I was also talking to other gear people. I was talking to the people at Peace and Pow, and got some cool stuff from them, some cool information, looked at their gear, and they're a gear supplier. And let me tell you, they do have hats that I love. And, I don't keep it a secret. I mean, you see almost a different hat almost every time I do this podcast and almost every time I'm out. So they had some cool stuff, and we'll get into that again on the written end of this. I really wasn't sure, and I could only bring so much. And even though I had equipment to record, I didn't do it. Why? A, I'm a chicken shit. B, I just didn't know when. I didn't know what was maybe etiquette wise, what was proper etiquette to say, hey, do you want to real quick record something for the podcast, or at least record audio for notes? I was doing it the old fashioned way, pen and paper. And then maybe etiquette really wasn't the issue. Maybe that was the answer. I should have just asked. So I don't know really what kind of stories I can tell you. I can first tell you that I was there invited by a very wonderful woman, very nice woman named Kathy Benharris. And I've thanked her a ton directly. I've thanked her in one of the at random videos. But she was running an exhibit down there called Her Turn at the She Shed. Now, this exhibit, this feature at the expo, it's female the way she puts it, the way Kathy puts it is it's female-specific program for kick-ass chicks that ride or ski at all levels. Now, this is pretty cool because it is very female-oriented. It was all women running it. It was all women working there as exhibitors in this little section, and it's legit too. It's sponsored, or sponsored's the right word, by Sunday River in Maine, very big ski resort up in Maine, and their mission is to, well, and again, as they put it, their mission is to keep women on their skis once the kids have come along, to encourage new females to start their foray into winter sports, and to offer solutions to help expand their experience in the mountains. Very female driven, very female centric. And it was very awesome in the way they presented it, because it does encompass everything from simple things like equipment, the stuff for the women, the boots that fit the women, the clothes that fit the women, beauty. There was a young woman, very nice young woman, who was just braiding everybody who went by. It was great. Women, children, the whole nine. It was kind of awesome. They had a yoga demonstration during the day that I did miss, which kind of sucks because I do like to do yoga, and I suggest that for your preseason, during season, and postseason workouts. I actually have to start getting back into it myself. Also, the women athletes. They had Donna Weinbrecht there talking. I got to rap with her for a little while about New Jersey and skiing a little bit. And she was a gold medalist, one of the first gold medalists for mogul skiing, Was it moguls? It was moguls. I'm sure of it. If I'm wrong, someone will call me out, and I would appreciate it if you do. I don't mind being wrong. I really don't. Some people hate being wrong. Me, I don't mind it, because if I'm wrong, then I've learned something new, and I might even have made a new friend in the person who's telling me I'm wrong. But Donna Weinbrecht, gold medalist, was there, and she was taking pictures. She even had the gold medal there. That was hysterically awesome. I got an autograph of hers right here. Check it out. Boom. I know this is for the video people. Oh, I have my finger over her face. That's messed up. So there you go, video people. A little bonus for you. You audio people can check that out if you want to. But she was very cool. She was telling stories and telling her story, being an Olympic athlete and a woman. Very cool. And it was Kathy Benharris, who runs it, who invited me down and was kind of showing me things and telling me who to talk to and where to talk to. In fact, the Peace and Pow gear, clothing, they were working with that. Some of their stuff was at the She Shed. So I made my way over there and talked to them, and they're very cool as well. And there's going to be featured pieces on all of them written. That way I can, put it together a little better than I'm putting it together here. But I'm a better writer than I am a broadcaster. Let's all be honest. So in any case, Kathy helped me out quite a bit, so I thank her. She's the one who helped me get into the show, and she helped me a lot. Some of her people helped me out a lot. It was a lot of fun. It is, though, just a straight trade show, so when you're walking around, you see booth after booth after booth of ski area, and not just New England places either. Like, I saw a ton of places that I know from around here, places in Mass, places in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, New York, the whole nine. But there were places there from Colorado. There were who was it? One of the Japanese hills had a booth there. That was pretty sick. And then other stuff that has to go along with the ski industry. Teton Gravity Research had a big old trailer there. They were doing stuff. Ski the East, hashtag Ski the East. Ski the East was there, and they had a shop set up, and they were handing out swag and selling, gear and the whole nine. Very cool experience. Very, very big cross section of the ski. Not just the ski industry, obviously, but the ski enthusiasts. Didn't see a lot of the elitists there, the high-enders, man. Didn't see a lot of them. It was mostly families and some ski bums, and that was it. It was actually very surprising. I expected to see at least one person from every single subcategory of skiing enthusiast. And really didn't see it. It was families and a few ski bums, but that's all right too. I don't judge anybody on the way they ski. I've talked about this. You ski how you want to ski. I'll ski how I want to ski. We'll all take runs and then we'll hit the bar afterwards. Root beers. I don't drink. There was a lot of drinking going on there. I'll say that, man. Everywhere you turn, people had beers in their hands. So I went around talking to a few mountains, and the cool thing about it is most of the booths, it felt to me, and I remember this from my days in the ski industry, marketing people would go do these things. They weren't sending us guys from food service and ticket sales and all of us down there. They were sending marketing, which is fine. Again, I don't hate on marketing. I love my marketing brothers and sisters. I really do, and always have. And I was really in love with a couple of them. I'm not even going to lie, but I was a younger boy then, sue me. But when I was talking to a couple of them, and you can really get the skinny on what's going on at these mountains, man. And I think that was one of the coolest parts. I mean, they are there to sell their mountain. That is what they do. So they're handing out all kinds of stuff. They're handing out stickers and trail maps and books and magazines and posters. If you can see, I'm decorating here with this one from Mount Snow. Quick side story, actually. When I was picking this up, I actually picked up a trail map at Mount Snow, and I flipped it open. I saw the Summit Lodge, which I think they call the Bull Wheel now. The bull wheel being the big wheel on the lift, but they call the bar up there the bull wheel, I think. I don't know if they call the whole lodge that anymore, but I started chuckling out loud. I tried to keep it to myself. I chuckled out loud, and the woman that was working the Mount Snow section at that time, the Mount Snow exhibit, she started laughing too, and I kind of made a fool out of myself, but it was all right. She was nice. She said hello. I said hello. In any case, they're trying to sell their mountain, but they know what's going on. For instance, I went to the J Peak booth, the exhibitors for J Peak, and I was talking to one of the women there, and I wish I had gotten her name so I could give her a shout out and say hello like this, plug her, and J Peak and all this, shameless plugs for everyone. But I asked her about the 3 feet of snow. They were reporting 3 feet of snow up there, and how awesome it was to get up there for a little earn your turns action. And she told me, yeah, it was legit, man. They got all the snow and they were doing their thing, and they're just about ready to open too. So you can get a lot of decent news. Now the thing is, even though I don't want to oversell it, because a lot of what they're telling you can get from the website. A lot of what they are telling you, like this is this weekend, this is that weekend, we open here, this event takes place then, and this is what we have, and this is who we are, and here's photos and statistics and specs and all that stuff. They're also there giving out special deals. Like I saw a couple of equipment guys doing like $100 off pairs of skis, $100 at there alone. So that's not bad. But you can really, talking to them, I guess, is a bit more personal. Yes, you can get almost all this information online at their websites, social media, whatever. But talking to them, it's a bit more personal. So it's really kind of cool. And then, like I said, I don't know what the windows and doors people are doing there. I had friends tell me, well, maybe, what if a lodge needs windows and doors? And I was like, oh, all right, I guess that's true. But I certainly don't need a kitchen makeover. I would like one, but don't need one. So that's that. I really don't have much to tell there, except for the fact that during the walk over, it was really cold. I got lost for a second, but I did see a kid with a Black Crow's backpack, Black Crow skis, ski manufacturer. He had that backpack on, so I just followed him, and that's where he was going. So awesome. I didn't know where I was going because my phone died and stayed dead for most of the day. And guess who didn't put the right charger in his bag? That would be me. This guy. And I wanted to do the whole social media experience. There were other podcasts, and I'm sure all you guys follow it. The other podcasts and stuff that are down there, Highfalutin Ski Bums, for example, they were there. They were putting up pictures. I didn't see them or talk to them, but they were putting up pictures and stuff like this. And I didn't, because I didn't have a way to do it, which really kind of sucked, because I think that would have been better than doing this silly recap. So I don't know, maybe you're enjoying the recap. I've gotten some decent compliments on the podcast, and I sometimes, even for episodes, I'm like, really? In any case, so there was more I wanted to do with it, but it was a good experience. So next time one of these things comes along, I can do better for you reporting on it, or at least telling stories about it, or having real interviews and stuff like that, and making Ski Rex Media a legitimate part of the media. Although one thing I wish I would have known about was the Mount Snow lift shutting down. And again, I was there on Saturday, and that's when it happened. It happened 11:30ish in the morning, and they finished getting everybody off by 2. So about 3 hours, a 3-hour window there that lift at Mount Snow, the Challenger lift, was shut down, had 190 people on it, pretty good amount of people. And it would have been awesome. I'm sure at some point the Mount Snow people that were there had heard about it. However, if I would have been in touch with the internet, because I would have had a live phone, I might have heard about it, and then I'd have been able to ask them straight up. And I'm sure someone asked them, because to be honest, I was kind of glad to unplug. It's good to unplug from the smartphones once in a while, but then I would have had right there people to say, hey, have you heard about this yet? What's going on with this lift? So that was a missed opportunity. But then again, they might not have known until later after I had to leave. So who knows? But again, that was my recap to do the short version. I went down, trade show, got a ton of swag, talked to a lot of people. We're going to see some gear reviews and stuff coming out here during the week on skirexmedia.com, the written content. So get those eyeglasses out, people, because you might not be hearing about them right here. You'll be reading about them on the website. All right. And again, thank you to Miss Kathy Benharris for getting me in there and helping me out. And she's still helping me out. We're still in contact now, and we're going to talk about a few things about her during the week as well. But that's it. That was the recap for that. I think that wasn't bad, right? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. So I had one more topic I was going to talk about, and it was something that I've been called out on before. And what sparked it off was a written piece, one of the daily pieces of written content that's on the website, skirexmedia.com, every day. I did a piece today with Michaela Schifrin. She likes to do cover songs and post them to her social media pages. She plays the guitar, she sings, she does all this stuff. And something about it reminded me about being called out recently on only following her as a skier because of her looks. Only following Michaela Schifrin because she's hot. And I think it was not only reminded me about that, but what I was saying about the women at the her turn, she shed. Say that 3 times fast. You can't do it. Some of you can, I can't. So my experience with the women at the she shed at the expo, plus seeing Schifrin's new video of her doing another song cover, it reminded me that, it's not about looks, and I'm not here to get, do a big social message. I'm not. It just made me laugh because I have been called out for that before. People saying, "Oh, you like her because she's hot," and I'm like, "Nah, dude, that's not it." Now, she is a beautiful woman. Anybody with two eyes could tell you that. Anybody could tell you that. Two eyes, working eyes, she's hot. Granted, beautiful, whatever. I don't care. Not to say it's not good to be that way. If you look good, you look good. What do I have to say about it? The point is that it doesn't friggin' matter. It doesn't matter to me. Have you ever seen the girl ski? I was talking earlier about the difference between experience and know-how. It's the difference between talent and know-how. A lot of people know how to do what she does. Talent takes you to that level where it looks effortless, like this person was born to do it. And it's not just, for women to keep this balanced. I'll tell you right now, back in the day, man, I was never a Chicago Bulls fan. Not once. Never was. But I can't deny that Jordan has to be the greatest. He has to be the greatest. I mean, people will argue today, LeBron or Kobe, and you get the same thing in like boxing, who was better, Tyson or Ali. These are things we're never actually going to know, but I don't know, man. You watch someone like Michael Jordan play ball. A lot of people know how to play basketball. I know how to play basketball. At one point, I was actually pretty good, but the work he did out on that court was it's almost undescribable. And I've seen Schifrin ski in person. I've seen it live, and I hope to see it live in 2 weeks or week and a half's time over at Killington again, which is where I saw it before. The woman can ski her ass off in a way that I feel like if I tried for my whole life, just like she's doing, I would never have reached that level. And a lot of people don't. The woman is talented in a way that I can't describe. Has nothing to do with her looks. I don't care what she looks like, man. I don't give a flying rat's ass about that. So anybody who thinks especially if there's some of you out there who've seen me share her videos or share news about her, realize I talk about a lot of competitive skiing, so much, that I don't always know what's going on with it. I'll be talking about this discipline or that discipline. And it has nothing to do with the fact that she's a cute girl. It has nothing to do with that. She just happens to be. I mean, look at Lindsey Vonn. She looks great too, and she works it too. She does modeling and shit all the time. So it matters to her. Never mattered to me. To that point, you ever seen Liggety ski? Ted Liggety? I wish I could turn like that guy. I want to be able to do that, but he has talent that I don't have. For as good a skier as I am, for the know-how that I have, well, I'm not even really that good of a skier. At one point, you could say on a rental slip, I could check off the level 3, but now I'm not all that great. I didn't I didn't practice to that point, and I don't do hard things anymore. I stay on the groomers when I can with my friends, and then we eat lunch, and then we go back out on the groomers and we ski again. But the point is, I have know-how. They have talent, and Schifrin has talent. So for those fools who call me out, you're wrong. I don't care that she looks good. I don't care that she's pretty. I care that she can ski, and that's it. I've never met her. I've never talked to her. So anything beyond that is meaningless. Not to say that, I don't care. I have I don't care a lot, and I don't care about things that are not important, and that's not important to me. The important thing when I talk about her or I watch her is that she can ski like the phenomenon that she seems to be. Again, anybody with two eyes, we all have a general standard of beauty. And wow, this could actually go in like 6 different directions. Sometimes I think I should start a second podcast about social issues. But we all have a general standard of beauty. We can deny it all we want, but we all have a general standard. Athletic, you see an athlete, male, woman, that person's hot. It's very generalized, and then everybody has a specific. This person likes green eyes, this person likes blue eyes, this one likes tall guys, this one likes short girls, all that stuff. Yeah, she looks good, but yeah, she's as good as they say, and that's what I care about. And that's it. The only time I care about a woman looks good is if I'm trying to, whatever. I'm a boy, and I like girls, of course. I'm a little girl crazy even at my age. I'm not going to lie, but, for her, it's the skiing. Yes, she's beautiful, but yes, she's that good, and that's what I'm mostly interested in. I'm not some pig, all right? I mean, maybe as a teenage boy, I might have been a pig, but now I'm not. I try not to be anyway. And I hope you can laugh through some of that. When I was thinking about that bit, yeah, it's serious. I have been called out on that before, but so it is kind of funny too. I think that anybody would even bother calling someone out on that. It's kind of ridiculous. So I hope I did justice to the funny part of that as well. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's it. Quick recap of this episode. Magic Mountain will be open hopefully on the first week of December. That's for you, Eric Kaplan. Thank you again to Kathy Benharris and getting me into the expo, this Boston Ski Snowboard Expo, which was really awesome and fun for a trade show I had never done before. And Michaela Schifrin, if you ever hear this, yes, you're beautiful, but I don't care. You ski like a friggin' goddess, and that's really the point of your career and basically mine to report on it. So there you go. That's the Ski Rex Media podcast for this week. A little all over the place, but not too bad. And just so it's said, I got the submarine hat on this week for the video people. It's a hat, has the submarine stuff on it. My father was on a submarine, so support those veterans. All branches: Navy, Army, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Air Force, all of them. And then, let's close this up. I think it's time to close this up because this was kind of all over the place. And again, it's still me being inexperienced, like I was saying before, while I was in over my head at the expo. I'm still kind of working on the broadcasting part too. So let's close it out. skirexmedia.com. If you go into the description, what do you see? You see all the contact information. skirexforever@gmail.com. skirex, the number 4ever@gmail.com. And you don't have to worry about memorizing any of this stuff. In the description, you'll find it. skirexforever@gmail.com. That's the email address. Drop me a line. I've gotten a couple lines, and I love that. I love the interaction. We're trying to build the community, so let's do that. Number one. Number two, skirexmedia.com, the actual website. That's where you'll find everything. Contact information. You'll find daily written content. You'll find the podcast in its audio form and links to the video form, plus links to the social media pages: Facebook, Ski Rex Media, Twitter @Ski Rex Media, the YouTube channel. I don't even know what the username on there, but you put in Ski Rex Media, you will find it. There's the merch shop. #shameless plug for the merch shop. There's only one design in there right now because I couldn't come up with a good idea for Thanksgiving, but I'm working on something for Christmas, so we'll see what we can do there. And I'm doing Christmas because I, at one point in my life, celebrated Christmas, and that's a whole other story. Now, there's also the Patreon. That's down in the description too if you want to support the Ski Rex Media phenomenon as it is. That's a little over dramatic. If you want to support Ski Rex Media, there's that option as well at Patreon. So there you go. Other ways to listen to this to make it easier on you. There are the audio versions on buzzsprout.com, Ski Rex Media. You can find it on Spotify and iHeartRadio. So those three places. I'm still working on the iTunes thing. I have to look into that a little bit more. That might make it easier on you for all the iPhone users. And then the video version, obviously, on YouTube, youtube.com, Ski Rex Media. And I think that's everything. So thank you for coming along on this journey with me this week. It was a little all over the place. It was kind of a mess, and I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't happy with what I was writing and what was being recorded during, this is like the 10th time I've recorded it. And this is the one that I think came out the best. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We're going to see what we can do next week. Stay with me. The winter's rolling in. There's at least 50 mountains open out there. I can't even count them all. There are so many open right now. Yeah, it's only 1, 2, 3, maybe 10 trails. But you know what? A trail is a trail. Get out there. Get on that hill if you can. Ski it. Ride it. Doesn't matter. Telemark. snowboard, split board, those snow feet thing. Those are pretty cool. Whatever you do, get out there. And you know what? This winter, if you're in New England, look me up and we'll take a few runs together. All right. Thank you again, everybody. It's Tim from skirexmedia.com. I'll check you later.